Champions of La Liga, Copa del Rey winners, Supercopa conquered. FC Barcelona have done it at domestic treble and a season to remember under new management. From dazzling goals to rising young stars, this season brought back joy, pride, and most importantly, silver air. Hansi Flick's first year saw a team that fought hard, pressed high, and played some of the most exciting football in Spain. But beneath the celebrations, there were still cracks, especially at the back. For all the attacking flair, Barca's defense was tested time and again. So today we dive deep: what worked, what didn't, and how Barcelona can build on this success while fixing the flaws that could haunt them in Europe. Let's break down the season that brought trophies. Let's get started and welcome in Zone 14, where football intelligence lives. Before analyzing Barca's defending frailties, let's discuss and analyze on why were they so dominant in scoring goals this season, finding a way to score in each and every match. High risk, high reward. Barca thrives on a high risk, high reward philosophy, and this clip is a perfect example. Watch as Inigo threads a bold pass to Ferran, positioned dangerously high up the pitch. Under Hansi Flick, this season, Inigo has been a key figure in ball progression, averaging 8.95 progressive passes per 90 minutes, second only to Pedri, who leads with 10.6. But it doesn't stop there. Youngster Cubarsí is proving to be just as crucial in breaking the opponent's press, completing 6.96 progressive passes per 90. Now focus on the goal scored by Ferran Torres. It's a textbook case of space utilization and direct football. Ferran receives the ball between the lines, opens up his body, and charges into the space cleverly created by the movements of Leva and Fermi. This is modern Barca: calculated risk, sharp movement, and surgical execution. Rafinha exploding into space. Within the first 54 seconds of the match, midfielder Fermin Lopez delivered a precise through ball that split Bayern's high defensive line. Rafinha timed his run perfectly to stay onside, sprinted past the defense, and calmly rounded goalkeeper Manuel Neuer to slot the ball into an empty net. This goal not only marked Barcelona's second fastest in Champions League history, but also set the tone for the match. Rafinha's early strike showcased Barcelona's tactical approach, exploiting spaces behind an opponent's high line through quick transitions and precise passing. The goal was a testament to the team's emphasis on verticality and direct play, capitalizing on the opponent's structural vulnerabilities. And this match was the starting point where we saw Rafinha doing something unimaginable. This match highlighted the effectiveness of Barcelona's revamped tactical approach under Flick, emphasizing quick transitions, space exploitation, and clinical finishing, with Rafinha at the heart of their attacking prowess. Pinpoint lofted passes and cutthroat balls into the danger zone. Hansi Flick's Barcelona has showcased a distinct tactical evolution, particularly emphasizing inverted crosses and lofted balls to dismantle organized defenses. This approach was notably evident in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final against Inter Milan, where Barcelona's first two goals exemplified these strategies to break down a compact and a low-block team. Midfielder Dani Olmo identified a gap in Inter's backline, and Gerard Martin delivered a lofted pass over the defenders for Olmo to score a free. Well, we have talked about how dominant they were. Now let's see the other side of the thing: the defending. Caught in a numerical disadvantage, a costly moment unfolded as Frenkie de Jong lost possession deep in his own half, a high-risk zone where any turnover can be deadly. This mistake instantly left Barcelona's defense in a precarious 3v3 situation right on the edge of their box. Di Marco was quick to pounce, pressing aggressively and recovering the ball before sliding in a perfectly weighted pass to Thuram. With Barca's defensive shape already compromised, Thuram smartly squared it to Lautaro Martinez, who calmly slotted it home to open the scoring. But this wasn't an isolated lapse. In both legs, we have seen a recurring theme: Barcelona being either outnumbered or matched man for man in critical defensive zones. Their high possession game under Hansi Flick often leaves them exposed in transition, especially when the midfield fails to regroup or plug the spaces left behind. When the press is bypassed, there's very little cover, and Inter exploited the vulnerability to perfection. No one's picking up those midfield runs. It's too easy. One glaring issue with Flick's Barcelona is their inability to consistently track runners from midfield, and it's costing them in transitions. Opposition midfielders often find themselves in acres of space between the lines, slipping past Barca's players like ghosts, completely unchecked. The structure looks solid on paper, but in reality there's a disconnect. The midfield loses shape and no one picks up the late runners. The gamble of squeezing the pitch and the price when it fails. Barcelona's high defensive line isn't breached all that often, but when it is, it's usually thanks to the sharp instinct of opposing strikers who stay high up the pitch, patiently waiting for the defense to drop back and open space for a dangerous cross. This is a classic tactics team use against high-line defenses, exploiting that momentary gap. Take this example from Celta Vigo. A brilliant travel-up pass finds their wide midfielder Duran, breaking free because Barcelona's fullback got caught flat-footed, playing Borja Iglesias onside. And it's not just one-off. In the second leg against Dortmund, Serhou Guirassy employed the same exact strategy, timing his run perfectly to exploit the space behind Barcelona's backline. These moments highlight the risk of pushing a highline. One smart move from the opposition and suddenly the defense is exposed. No matter what the weaknesses FC Barcelona showed this season, one thing is clear: it's been an incredible campaign and fans should be immensely proud. Clinching a domestic treble and coming just one step away from the Champions League final is no small feat. Under Hansi Flick's guidance, this team has far exceeded the expectations. Using the resources at his disposal, Flick has managed to extract so much from the squad. While many European giants rely on blockbuster signings, this young Barca side has consistently troubled opponents with skill, grit and teamwork. Speaking of youth, there's no better example than Lamine Yamal. Truly a great gift to Flick and the team. This season has been a breakout year from him, and his performances in the UCL semi-final legs were nothing short of phenomenal. He was absolutely untouchable, dominating games and carrying the team on his shoulders. With such talent emerging and a squad full of promise, the future looks bright for Barcelona. This season wasn't just about trophies, it was about building a foundation, and this team has laid it beautifully. That's a wrap up on FC Barcelona's season overview. With tweaks and time, they could be unstoppable. What do you think? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button and subscribe for more football analysis. Until next time, stay passionate and peace.